Hi, this is Kevin, and welcome to my tutorial on recovering from problems in connecting a PyCharm project with an Anaconda virtual environment. So this is very late January 2023, where I'm in the beginning of teaching uh, two Python related courses. Uh, IS 430, which is a Python course, and IS 439, which is a Django course. And we're using a new version of a PyCharm Professional, and just a handful of students are having difficulty connecting their uh, Anaconda virtual environment to their PyCharm project. And I've got a pretty good idea about how to solve this. It's a workaround to the problem, and I don't know what's really causing the problem for these folks, but um, I'm offering this tutorial here as a way to help with a workaround. Okay, so I'm only going to create one video here for both Mac OS and Windows. So I'm going to show you the environment on Mac OS, and then I'm going to go over to Windows, and then I'm going to solve the issue. Okay, so it really has to do with what version of PyCharm Professional you have installed. So if we go up here on um, Mac OS, I went up along the top and I clicked on this cube, which is the way that we open JetBrains toolbox. Okay, so if you haven't installed PyCharm with JetBrains toolbox, well, I don't think you're going to be able to use the workaround. Now, it's not too late to do it. You can go back to the tutorial where I show you how to install PyCharm using the toolbox. And when you're done, you'll be about right here. Okay. And when you open the toolbox, we should have only installed PyCharm Professional. And if you look closely here, you can see that the version I have installed is 2022.3.1. Okay, and you can see that there's an available update because it has an update button, and it says what's new in 2022.3.2. Okay, so if I were to press update, I would get 2022.3.2, and who knows, that might solve your problem. Okay, feel free to try it. All right, but um, the version that I want to back you up to is 2022.2. Okay, so we're going back from where I currently am. Okay, now the way that that works is the same on both the Mac and Windows. So I'm gonna pull off my Mac virtual machine and go over to my Windows virtual machine and kind of show you this thing on Windows. Okay, so I have down in the taskbar, I've saved the icon for the JetBrains toolbox. Okay, and I guess if I didn't have this here, I could go to the Start menu and All Apps and go down to J for JetBrains. Where's JetBrains? Right here, and there's the toolbox, and I could have right-clicked. I could have taken that and the toolbox, and I could have right-clicked and said more. I could have said pin to taskbar. Okay, so if you hadn't do that, that's how to get it down there. Okay, and we just click on the cube in the icon, and here we can see again the user interface is the same on both Windows and Mac. And interestingly, the versions are ahead on Windows here. It looks like I already have um, it looks like I'm on 2022.2.3 and it's offering me 2022.2.4. Okay. So if we go over to the right side and we click on the three dots, okay, um, it's allowing me to downgrade to 2022.2. That's where I want to go. Okay, so I'm just going to click on that. And the thing is, the feature that doesn't seem to be working is an older, I'm sorry, is a new feature. So while that's downloading, I'm going to pull back my Mac and I want to show you how the feature works in the latest version. This is the one that seems to be broken for some people. Okay. Okay. So here, when we say we want a new project, so we can click on New Project, and we say it's a Python project. Okay, and then, we put in the name of our project. That's fine. And now we have to connect it up with the right virtual env. So, we open the section here, and we want a previously configured interpreter. So we click the second of the buttons. And I'm assuming that you don't have in your dropdown, you don't have whatever you're looking for, either E for Trainer Python course, or if you're in the Django course, E for Trainer Django course. So you're going to click Add Interpreter and then pick Add Local Interpreter. And then in the left panel, we want to pick Conda environment. And this is the new version. The newer version, you have this load environments. And when we click on load environments, it goes out and it runs some Anaconda command. It gets a list of the environments and the links to where they are. Now, this is more functional. This is more helpful than the old version did. Okay. Now, the problem that a lot of people are having is that this link to Conda executable is not filled in, and we don't seem to be able to pick a version of something that works. Okay. We should be able to pick Conda bin and Conda and click open, and that should work just fine. But for some people, this just is not working. Okay. If it's working for you, well, then that's fine. You can click load environments and it's going to load them, and then you pick the one that you want. Well, that's not working right there. But, right. So, I can't see the environments here because I deleted them off of this machine. But if you had already created yours, you would be able to see it. Okay. I'm assuming that if you're here, that this is not working for you, that you can't get it when you click on the load environments button. You get an error message down here in the lower left says something like, can't find Conda executable. Okay. If you're having this problem, this workaround is for you. If you're not having this problem, well, you don't need this. All right. All right. So that's what's going on here. And I'm just going to close all this out. Hopefully, the older version of Anaconda has now been downloaded. So yeah, I'm at 2022.2. Okay, well that's fine. Okay, and so let's click this, open it, and then click on PyCharm Professional. It's going to open up the old version. Okay, and this one isn't quite so automated. It's not so friendly. It's not so helpful, but we ought to be able to work around our problem. Okay, and while we're waiting for that to open, we have to remind ourselves, where are our virtual M's on our machine? And again, if we open up the Anaconda prompt and wait for that to start, we ought to be able to just type conda space env space list. Okay, and we can see that I have an E for Trainer Python course, we have an E for Trainer Django course, and on my machine, these are on the C drive under users, under my ID. They're in the hidden directory conda, and then envs, and one is called E for Trainer Django course, and the other one is called E for Trainer Python course. So if I have to go hunting for these directories, this is how I can find out where they are. Open up the conda the Anaconda prompt and do a conda env list. All right, so we're going to just shrink that, and we're back here, and let's try to create a new project. So file, new project. Okay, pure Python, and again we have to give it some name. Okay, if you're doing your assignment, you're probably beginning with your last name, and then your first name, and then Zell, blah, 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 depending upon what course you're in and what assignment that you're in. Okay. And then we're going to want to, we never want this main.py welcome script. So if it's checked, always uncheck it. It's just noise. And this triangle here, we want to expand it. Okay. And we always want to pick a previously configured interpreter. That's the lower of the radio buttons. And again, if you go to the drop down and see your virtual env, well, pick it. Okay, that's fine. But if you don't, then you're going to have to go to the right and click on Add Interpreter, and then pick Add Local Interpreter. Okay. And now we're in the dialog to add a Python a conda virtual M. So pick conda environment. Okay, and the controls over here are not the same. This is the old version. That's why we went back to 2022.2. Okay, and so you could go and look at the drop down. Do we have a list here? Well, no, I don't have a list. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the dot 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 and click on it. Okay, and now it starts to show me things that I could point to. So I want to find my way to the directory that holds my virtual envs. Okay, and if you'll remember, if we come back here, that's in the C drive users myid dot conda envs and then the name of the env. Okay, so here we are, users myid dot conda envs. Let's assume here that you're in the Python course. Okay, so you would pick the directory for E for Trainer Python course. But of course, if you're in the Django course, you will pick the other one. And then you want to go down in this directory, but not in a subdirectory. And you want to find python.exe and highlight it. And you want to click on OK. and you should see the name of your virtual env and then python.exe. And something that makes it easier to use this again on another project is to click this box, make available to all projects. And now we click OK. And it's going to update the interpreter path, and now we can create. And say we want to put it in a new window. Okay, and now we look in the lower right hand course and we can see that we really do have E for a trainer Python course. Okay, so again, if you are not having a problem, you definitely don't want to back up to this old version of PyCharm. Going to old versions of things potentially could raise other compatibility issues and things. But if you're having this problem, again, you're going to want to back up to the version that I showed, which is 2022.2. And of course, the controls for backing up and picking your version are over here with this three dot things to the right of the update button. Okay, so best of luck. There's only a couple of you who seem to be stuck on this, but I wanted to give you a way to recover, and I'm hoping this is going to be it. So I'm going to wrap up here and say bye until next time. Bye-bye.